Good morning. It's Friday. It's the 26th of June. Poignant day for me. It was the birthday of my younger brother, who sadly passed a few years ago. So it would have been his birthday, and he would have been, I'm 66, so he would have been 65. God bless him. You're safer where you are now than down on this earth, I can assure you, because it's chaos down here. And my heart goes out to those people in Venezuela, and for those people who know, I have family out there. My eldest son, who I lost, as well as my brother, but my eldest son's wife was from Caracas in Venezuela. So again, it becomes very poignant. There's over 235 people dead, over 4,500 people injured in Venezuela due to two very severe earthquakes overnight. Our hearts and thoughts and prayers go out to each and every one that's been affected out there. This is a very difficult time. What's going on out there? I don't know. I know there's a lot of deep underground military bases being destroyed there because it was the hub for human trafficking in South America. Let's hope those days are over. As we dismantle the old system and bring in the new system, there's no way that we're going to allow the old system to recover and take back any authority over our lives ever again. The most important part of this journey is the protection of our women and children. They need our protection, and at the moment, there's a handful of men out there capable of protecting them, but most of them have turned into pussycats, thanks to an agenda that was brought in by, they call themselves the elite. I think the Davos crew, I think we'd probably tend to refer to them as the parasite class rather than the elite. Then there's nothing elite about them. They are the parasite class that have completely destabilized the world by making men weak, where they should be protecting the women and children. There's a lot of women out there that have been not treated well, and there's a lot of women and children that have been left behind. My heart goes out to each and every one, but it's time for the men to wake up, stand up, and thank God there's a lot of younger men now who are doing exactly that. I was speaking to somebody on Matt Armstrong's team yesterday about what Matt Armstrong is doing with the fact that he's rebuilding cars that are broken. Nothing more satisfying to a man to rebuild something that's broken, rather than discarding it and buying a new one. It's time to repair what we have, not to throw it away and start over, because you get satisfaction out of rebuilding. Relationships take hard work. There's a lot of people throw away relationships without trying to work at it. They take advice from outside rather than looking inside and trusting God to help you stay together. Marriages are not easy. Men and women are very different creatures. Ask my wife, she'll tell you. But these are very special times. There's a lot going on in the world right now, and we're trying to bring you an accurate view of what's really going on, rather than the propaganda that is being fed to you. Morning, Drew.
Good morning, Charlie. Good morning, everyone. Well, I'm melting in my seat, and they are definitely cooking us like chickens. Europe is in the grip of a historic heat wave, with the UK, Switzerland and several other countries recording their hottest June temperatures on record. Hospitals are under pressure, transport networks are struggling, and in France, some nuclear reactors have reduced operations because river water used for cooling has become too warm. Meanwhile, on the other side of the world, India is facing heavy rain and flooding as the monsoon intensifies, affecting millions of people. Heat in one part of the world, floods in another, earthquakes in another. Coincidence, or is our planet entering a period of more extreme? What do you think, Charlie?
Well, I think there's an awful lot of bullshit out there, because they're claiming it's the hottest on record. Does that mean that they've destroyed the records of 1976, when I was 16 years old, where it was actually hotter? Just a little reminder for they forget us old folks. They think we've all got Alzheimer's and we've forgotten all about that. They keep coming out with these, it's the hottest on record. Well, it's probably the hottest on record on computers because computers didn't exist back then, but statistics did. And they keep coming out with this, the water's higher than it's ever been. Well, it's because it's high tide, you dickhead. Some of the people nowadays are so stupid. I remember when I lived on the Isle of Wight, and a guy came over to the Isle of Wight and he said, oh, coming off the boat was so much easier. They've changed the slope there now. I came straight off the boat on a flat surface. I said, yeah, you came in at high tide. At low tide, you have to drive up a steep slope. And he went, oh. Some people, the lights are on, but absolutely nobody's at home. There's so much going on in the world. Yes, it's hot. It's summertime. You complain when it's hot. You complain when it's cold. You complain when it's raining. I'll tell you right now that the seasons that God gave us, summer, winter, spring and autumn, are there for a purpose. It's too hot to start growing stuff now. That's what spring's for. You plant everything in spring. Then in the autumn, you clean it all out again. Winter, nothing really grows that much in the winter in England. But then it starts again. 4 seasons. That's climate change. That is climate change. Spring, summer, autumn and winter. I grew up knowing what climate change was, and now the modern generation can't get their head around it. It's ever so simple. And you only have to be a little bit of a mathematician to divide 12 months into 4 seasons, 3 months of each. Then you've got it. 3 months of summer, 3 months of autumn, 3 months of winter, 3 months of spring. Amazing. Yeah, some run into each other, but it's an amazing time to be alive. Yes, it gets hot. And of course, in England, the problem is there's not enough hot weather to justify air conditioning. So when it comes, poor little Droog is medium well done. It happens. Like I live in Spain where we get 300 days a year of sunshine. So we have air conditioning. We're used to it. We have it every day. There are people up in Iceland, in Finland, in Denmark, in Sweden, in Norway, where it never really gets that warm. It does a little bit, but it's freezing cold. And they deal with snow more often than anything perfectly. When snow comes to the UK, it falls apart. When sun comes to the UK, it falls apart. There's so much going on. My next story is controversial to say the least. The Jewish religion is not the problem. The Islamic faith is not the problem. The Christian faith is not the problem. The Hindu, the Shiites, the Sunnis, the whole lot, that's not the problem. It's religion that's a problem because it's divisive. There are good and bad in every faith, as there are in every type of people. But religion has been created to divide, and it's done a very good job because it has divided. There are good and bad people on earth. And if the good people came together, as they should do, it doesn't matter what your faith is, because your faith is you see God from a different perspective. And when you see God within you, it doesn't matter the colour of your skin, doesn't matter if you're man, woman or child. It doesn't matter what country you're born in, what colour. Makes no difference. God lives within you, within your soul. It's your higher self. When you get back to that and get away from this religion thing that is created by man to divide, then you become a lot happier, a lot more peaceful. I would urge you, it's going to go against the grain with a lot of people, because a lot of people go to church, to synagogue, to chapel, to mosque, because they believe that if they go there, they're going to go to heaven. Let me tell you one thing. Heaven is a place on earth. You create heaven. And if you go to a building thinking that that's going to save you, think what happened when you were in a building in Venezuela and a little earthquake, well, it wasn't little, it was big, comes along and destroyed everything. What cannot be destroyed is what's within you. That's what needs looking after. True.
Next up, the UK government is facing backlash after reports that 12 new migrant accommodation centres were approved without MPs being fully informed. Speaker Sir Lindsay Hoyle has reportedly criticised the handling of the announcements, with accusations that Parliament was kept in the dark. Critics say major decisions like this should be debated openly, not introduced behind closed doors. Britain is being transformed without the consent of the people.
Well, this is all part of the pantomime, all part of the process to wake people up. They're doing things without consent. If they don't care about members of Parliament, do you really think they care about you? They're just about to put another person in to lead the country that you're having absolutely no say in. Really? And you let that happen. And then you can cry like a baby when it all goes wrong. It's time to stand up for your rights. As I've said so many times before, if you don't stand up for your rights, they'll take them away. And they're doing exactly that. They're doing what they want to do. And we need to move away from two-party government, whatever it is, and get back to governance. I was told that 6 years ago. We'll get there. It's going to be hard work. But yeah, you have to start by standing up for your rights. Another interesting statement that came out overnight was out of Israel, saying, well, Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, they started it. Well, for the average person, you go, yeah, they did. They're a terrorist cell that started it. But if you do a little bit of research, just a little bit, you'll find out that Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthis were all created by Mossad and the CIA, by Israel and America. They created the problem so that they could create a solution, so that they could gain control. It's time to wake up. That was the news on the 26th of June 2026. We'll see you tomorrow on the Insiders Club. Have a good day. Have a great weekend. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
So if you want to know the truth, come to charlieward.com and see real news daily. And join the Insiders Club, which is live on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
Global tensions are rising, markets are unstable, and currencies keep losing value. While governments print more money, smart investors are moving into physical gold and silver, assets that have protected wealth for centuries. That's why more people are turning to Charlie's Gold to secure their future before the next financial shakeup hits. Don't leave your wealth exposed. Own something real. Own gold and silver. Visit charlies.gold today.